So hey everyone, we are back again with an amazing session, and in today's session we are going to make camshaft for an IC engine. If you haven't checked the previous videos, check it out. The link is in the description because we already made a lot of parts for the IC engine over there. So yeah, and in today's session we are going to make a camshaft, right? And in today's session itself, you will also be able to see like how you can get dimensions from your previously designed model for your right now like the current designing your model, right? The model which you are currently designing, you will get dimensions from your previously designed model. How you can get that, we are going to see that in this video, right? So first of all, let me just show you an image of the camshaft, how it looked like. So over here you can see this over here, the shaft which has some horns on it, which actually shifts these walls downwards, right? This is called the camshaft. Now let's see how we can make this, right? We are just going to need this shaft over here and just horns on it, right? One like on this one over here, all the two like these horns are just connected on the same shaft. We are going to make two of them, one for the inlet walls and one for the outlet walls, right? And yeah, we are just going to make this belt as well in the upcoming sessions, right, to connect it with the crankshaft over here, right? The camshaft will get power from the crankshaft, right? This is the crankshaft and this is the camshaft. We are just going to make this 3D body over here, right? And yeah, with that, let's just start. Let me just minimize this one, and over here in this we again are opened with the 3D part file, right? Now let me just go back to this what you call that cylinder head file, right? This is our cylinder head which we designed earlier. Just some modifications I did, which is basically these two over here to hold the crankshaft, right? That's why I made these two over here. And yep, with these we are going to take dimensions for our uh, camshaft, right? And let's see how we can make that. So first of all, I'll be needing what dimensions I'll be needing the whole length from this face to this face, right? For the whole shaft, the inner shaft, this one right over here, this shaft, this whole length I'll be needing, right? For that, what I can choose is basically go to evaluate, choose measure, and select these two faces. You'll get the distance between them. As you can see over here, it is 1.08 meters. Yeah, it is 1.08 meters, right? So as you can see now, we just got this distance, right, for the whole shaft. Now what do we need? The next thing is basically this structure over here, these horns, right? We need dimension for these, and at what gap from this end these are going to keep. We have to keep them at what gap from this starting point, right? These are the two dimensions we need, right? And we can assume the width of this horn by ourselves. It's not needed to take dimensions from here. Actually, you cannot take that from that image, right? So for that we can just assume just the diameter of this hole as well, right, as the thickness of that horn. Now what else do we need is we need that structure geometry, so we can make that. I already made that like previously, and I'm going to show you how you can make that as well. And what else do we need is we need the distance from this space to this small hole over here, right? So for that, what we can do, just make sure this tool is selected. Just select on this surface and that circular surface which you want to see the distance, right? Now this red line is showing the center distance from this middle point to this face, which is 0.21 meters, I guess. Wait a second, it will show some center distance. If you can select this one as well. Okay, this is showing the minimum distance. We want the center distance, so let's just choose this edge. The minimum distance it is showing 0.204, but actually the center distance, if you include this radius as well of that small circle, it will be 0.21 meters, right? Because that circle have the radius of 0.006 meters, right? So if you add that to it, it will be 0.21 meters, right? And what will be the distance gap between these two? So for that, you can just select this one and select this one. It will show you the gap is 0.17 meters, and both of them have a radius of 0.05 meters, right? So sorry, 0.0025, right? So if you add both of those radius from the centers, it will become 0.05, And if you add it to this 0.17 meters over here, it will be 0.22. And if you have checked out the previous videos, we already show the gap between them is 0.22 meters, right? So you can take reference from that as well. Okay, now we get the gap. Now we just want the structure, right? This length is the whole length of the shaft is 1.08, and this gap is 0.22 meters, and this gap is 0.21 meters, right? Now we just want the structure. So for the structure, what you can do, just go over here, click on sketch, and what you can do, you can just make a circle by taking reference from this circle over here. Just make a circle a little bit bigger, and what you can do, you can just make a line over here. Now just give them some dimensions, let's say 0.3, 0.03, and let's give this line a dimension of 0.05. Right, now what we can do, we can just choose a straight line, select the center, select this endpoint, and just hover your mouse on the outer circumference of the circle. You will see this tangent portion. Just make your line like this. Same for the bottom one, like this, and just exit the tool. Now what you can do, you can just click on trim feature and just delete the extra line, right? Just like that. Click on OK. And what you can do, or you can just delete these extra portions as well. Just delete this line, and this middle portion from here. Now what you have over here is the structure. Everything is perfect, just this sharp edge. We don't want something like this, right? You want it to be smooth. So let's just use fillet and select this edge and just click on OK. We are done, right? We have the structure ready. Now we can use them at some gap while we're designing the whole shaft, right? So now we can just click on exit, and what we can do, we can just copy this to the other part file, right? And how we can do that, let me just show you that as well. And why not just copy this one? Let's just make this inner circle selected in the sketch as well, so we can take reference from this as well, right? Just click on exit, and now we have this whole sketch. Just go to the sketch, press Ctrl C. Now you have copied the sketch, right? Now just save this file and close this one. We don't need anything else, right? Now just click on front plane and just press Ctrl V. You have the sketch ready with the exact same dimensions which you drawed over there, right? That's how you can take dimensions from one file to another. Now what you can do over here is just exit the sketch. Now this we are going to just use for reference, right? Now let's just make another sketch, and let's take a reference from this inner circle for the whole shaft, right? Let's just select this circle, and let's give it an extrude of, let's say, 1.08 meters, right? That's the whole length. So 1.08 meters. As you can see, it is this much long rod. Now you can just click on OK. And what you can do, now we have this reference over here for the structure, right? But we want some standard planes at some gap, right? And I already told you the gap is 0.21 and 0.22. 0.22 is between two different cylinders, and 0.21 is from one cylinder to this one starting point, right? So first of all, we need a reference plane at 0.21 meters from this side, right? So what we can do, just click on reference geometry, go to plane, choose the surface, and right now it is going in this direction. I wanted in opposite direction. Just click on flip offset and define the gap, which is 0.21 meters, right? This is the gap which we needed. Now just click on OK. And what you can do, you can just click on this plane, and you can just select this sketch over here, select the whole sketch, and just press convert. There you go. You have the sketch ready at that plane, right? Now we can just extrude in both directions. Let's just click on extrude, and let's just decrease this length to, let's say, the radius was 0.025, right? So the diameter would be 0.05. Let's just increase it 0.025 in both directions. 0.025 and direction 2, 0.025. right? Or if you want, you can just decrease this a little bit. Let's just decrease this, because otherwise no, that thing is going to be like hitting the that hole, right? Because this thickness is not for the whole circle, right? It's just the biggest chord for it, right? The diameter. So let's just decrease this to, let's say, 0.015, and same for this one, and click on OK. Right, now what you can do, second thing which you can do is you can just simply make another plane, add 0.22 meters away from it, or what you can do, you can just mirror it and give it some gap, right, which is 0.22 again. So you can do any one of thing. Like right now, let's just see what how we can do this thing in using the reference plane, right? So let's just choose this reference plane, go to reference plane again, and again it is in this direction. Let's click on flip offset, and let's just increase this cap to 0.22, right? Click on OK. And now what is the thing which we have to do? Like, we don't want to make this kind of same structure over there, right? And why is that? Because if you like have seen the crankshaft video, go over there, check it out. I actually made these horns over there as well, and in different directions, right, in opposite directions basically, because the piston movement is not the exact same for all the four pistons, right? They move in pairs, right? So that's why we have to make this horn, the next horn, in the opposite direction, right? So we have to revolve this what do you call, the structure, right? And how we can do that, let me just show you. Just click on this plane, go to sketch. Now just select this surface and click on convert. You have this structure ready, right? Just click on the structure, or just select this whole thing. Let's just delete these constraints from here so we can actually revolve it. Otherwise it will be fixed on this plane, right? Just select all the edges and just delete on edge constraint, right? Now we can move it. Now let's just select all this sketch which we drawn, and let's just click on rotate from in the downward section of this move items. Just click on rotate. Right, now we can just rotate it about some point. So for the center of rotation, let's select this point, and let's rotate it to 180 degrees on the other side, right? Just like that, click on OK. And now you can just give the same extrude to this one as well. Let's go to extrude and give the same to other as well, which is 0.015. Click on OK. Right, now you have this on the other side as well. Now what you can do, you can just hide these two planes. Now you have to make a middle plane, and you can just mirror these two on the other side, right? That is going to be just fine, because the same thing is we have done in crankshaft as well, right? So you can just mirror these two on the other side by using a middle plane. So first of all, we have to make a middle plane, and for that just go to reference plane and select both of these ends of the surface. It will automatically made a plane in the exact middle of it, right? Or you can just choose that surface and you can define a gap of what the whole length is 1.08 meters. So you just have to give the length as 5.04 meters, right? That also works. Just click on OK, and now just go to mirror, choose this plane as the mirror plane. In this features, just choose these two and click on OK, right? And just like that, we are done, right? This is the camshaft which you can see over here. This is we are going to use for the outlet, and the same thing you can use for inlet as well. You just have to rotate it at some angle for the adjustment for the inlet and outlet valve, right? So yeah, that's it for this video, and in the next video most probably we'll be assembling the whole thing, or making the exhaust pipes and inlet pipes as well. So let's see. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching.